What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logistical Styles coming at you with another video, and today we are going to talk about something a little bit different. See, today is November 4th, the day before election. And not sure, depending on where you are located, what state you live in, you may have or may have not heard of this, but there's something going on called DJs at the polls. And basically, it is this right here. This is my posting that I put up because I am part of this campaign. I'm one of the DJs that are going to be DJing at the polls, hopefully. I'll get into that a little bit later. But what this is a campaign that is put on to encourage people to get out and vote. It's encouraging people to get out and vote. It's giving some people some kind of entertainment while they're waiting in line to make their vote. And they are doing this primarily in the battleground states, the swing states, as they are called. But these are the states where it's very crucial to get as many people out to vote as possible because it can sway either way. So what they've done is they've come up with this program, and it's been going on for a couple of years now. They've had some really big names attached to it. I've seen clips with Jazzy Jeff and Questlove out in Philly doing events with them. And I think this is just the biggest year that they've done it. You know, they've gone from a handful of DJs to hundreds of DJs, and now it's thousands of DJs all throughout these swing states. And the state I'm in is Georgia, and that's one of the states that is a battleground state. It's primarily it's a nonpartisan campaign, so I'm not going to get into what way my state leans either way, but it's just the focus on this is to get people to get out and actually vote and to make voting an enjoyable process because sometimes the lines can get really long. You can be out there waiting a very long time, bored with a DJ out there, that kind of gives you something to, keep the energy going. And that's what we are doing. And I've gotten my swag bag, I've got my DJs at the pole hat, I've got my tablecloth. They even sent me a power station. All the DJs are getting these power stations shipped out to them. Some folks are calling them generators. They're not generators. They're power banks, power stations. Um, some of them have the ability. I believe you can hook up a solar panel, and that kind of makes it a generator because it's generating electricity from the sunlight. But it's a power station. In fact, I have mine right here. This is the one that they sent me. In fact, let's go back to the camera. So they sent me this right here. This is the Blue Eddy. It's an AC 70P, 1000 watt, 846 watt hours. It's got two AC outlets. It's got a cigarette outlet. It's got two USB A ports and two USB C ports. And on the top, it's got wireless charging. So it's pretty heavy. It weighs probably about 35, 40 pounds. But it's sturdy. It will definitely get the job done, especially for what they have us doing. If we go back to this shot right here, this is actually my test run setup. This is, I set everything up in the yard. They gave us the tablecloth. They gave us the battery pack. And this is my DJ controller in the console with the iPad running DJ Pro and my Mackie Thump Go. They only want you to use one speaker because they don't want you to get too loud. There are noise ordinances and all kinds of rules you have to follow. For instance, in my state of Georgia, we have to be no less than 150 feet away from the polling location. So it's a little bit of a ways away, but definitely enough space for you to be able to entertain the folks who are waiting in line. And it's a really exciting program. It's something that I've seen used in other marketing campaigns. This is not necessarily marketing for one party or the other. It's just marketing for getting people out to vote. I've done similar things with Pepsi and Mountain Dew, Cottonelle, a couple other brands I've done the guerrilla marketing where we just kind of pop up and do our thing for a couple hours and get out. In this case, they are actually paying the DJs. The DJs are getting $500 per set that they spin. So you can possibly spin at 3 different locations in a day, depending on where they place you and some other factors. I'm not sure, but some DJs are getting 3 locations to go spin at throughout the day. Others are getting one or two, but either way, for every set that you do, you will get $500. Now, if you want to keep the batteries, the battery pack that they sent out, then you will forfeit $100, and then you keep the rest of the money. So even if you only do one event, you still get $400 and a decent battery station. And I feel like they're giving us the battery stations for $100 because it would probably cost more than $100 to ship it back once we're done. And they said they would like to have DJs be prepared for other election cycles that come up where they want to do DJs at the poll. So if you already have everything you need, you'll probably be one of the first to be chosen for the next go round. But anyway, it's a really exciting thing. I'm happy to be a part of it. A lot of DJs have been talking about it. If you're in one of those states that has this going on, you've probably heard the commercials on the radio. You've probably seen the commercials on YouTube. You've seen commercials on TV or wherever. I mean, they're showing a lot. They're doing a lot of marketing for this. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. This is some of the information that they gave us. You can see that's the logo for it. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. That's the day that tomorrow that we're going to be out here. They gave us instructions on how far to be away from the polling locations according to whatever state we're in. And it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 states. So this is happening in 11 states. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. So these are the states that are battleground states, and these are states where we will be out at the polls, just playing music and giving good vibes. The sets, they run between 2 to 4 hours max. I think if you have like one location, you'll do 4 hour set, but I've heard even then they're cutting back some of these sets, just because they have a lot of logistics that they got to work with as far as getting people in as many locations as possible. Now, with that being said, not all of us have been assigned locations yet. I'm one of those DJs. I have everything in place. I've made my post on social media about the event, but I don't actually have a place assigned yet. I've been checking the website every day. They say by tomorrow at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. at the latest is when you should have your location, which seems kind of last minute. They did promise us that it would be the week before is when we would find out our locations, but there seems to be a lot of mix-ups going on. I've heard that a lot of DJs have been either pulling out for whatever reason or having to go to other locations. I think it's just the logistics as far as getting people closest to where they are. And that was one of the promises that they gave us, is that we would be able to be in our neighborhood or somewhere close. But I'm hearing from some DJs that they're ending up being much further away, and they are compensating by offering travel or gas money. So we'll see how it plays out. But one cool thing about it is they did send out a text message and say that even if we do not get assigned a location, we will still get paid, simply because we made ourselves available and we participated in the posting and all that stuff. We still have the option to keep the power station for $100, and I'm not even sure how much that is across the board, because everybody here in Georgia, we've been told for $100 we can keep the generator. But I heard someone from another state, they mentioned $250, which is a little bit different than $100. But either way, it's a good value for that power station. So I love my battery powered solution, so I'm all about keeping this generator if possible. Now, one thing about this whole situation, it has kind of discouraged me a little bit, and that is the way DJs have been approaching it right from the beginning. And maybe this is just the Facebook groups that I'm in, maybe this is just what I'm seeing, but I've noticed that when this was first mentioned, the first thing that these other DJs called it was a scam. They said it was a scam. They said there's no way they're going to pay DJs, all these DJs, $500 per set. Some DJs are getting 3 sets, and then they're giving away the generators or the power stations. It's got to be a scam. It can't be right. It can't be legit. And then the packages started arriving. We started getting deliveries of the power stations and the tablecloths and the hats, and it was no longer a scam, but something that people still couldn't really wrap their heads around. They couldn't understand why so much money is being thrown around just to have DJs at the polls. And maybe they haven't been exposed to that type of thing or seen how big marketing campaigns happen or how much they spend. Um, they have the money in the budget to pay these DJs. They have the money in the budget to ship these power stations out and to allow us to buy them for $100. It's not a big thing when you look at it from a larger viewpoint. It's not, you know, it's not breaking any budgets. You know what I'm saying? They can afford to do this. And this is, when you get into politics and campaign donations and grassroots organizations and political action committees and stuff like that, the money flows. The money flows and they get to spend it within certain guidelines. And this kind of fits it. So I'm excited about it, but I was really discouraged that so many people were like talking negative about it. And then when it started becoming a reality, then suddenly people wanted to hop on the train and start telling you how to execute this campaign, even though those of us who are actually involved with it, we've been on several Zoom calls and we've had conversations with the people who are putting it together. We know the rules about talking to the poll workers or where we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to operate while we're doing this campaign. And it's really annoying when you have someone who's not doing or a part of something trying to give input. It's like, hey, you could have been a part of this from the get-go, but for whatever reason you didn't. And I'm not, here to, talk about your reason for not doing it or for doing it. It's either you did or you didn't do it. So why have input now? And I've been watching it, and it's coming from all different sides with these DJs, and it made me realize that, DJs are not the big family that they say that they are, because nowhere have I seen anybody really congratulate somebody about being a part of this, or even just, hey, you got a gig, you got a part of a paying gig that DJs had an opportunity to be a part of, and hey, congratulations to you, knock it out the box, do your thing. No, it's none of that. It's like, oh, this is going to be the biggest scam in DJ history. You're going to get shut down. The police are going to come. They're going to take you away. They're going to make you stop playing. All this stuff, and this is just all their imagination. They have no idea because they're not involved. And I see this a lot, not just with this whole DJs at the poll thing, but just with DJs in general, and especially when you get on the internet, you get on Facebook, there's so many DJ Facebook groups, you get on YouTube, there's so many DJ YouTube channels, and if you look in the comments is where all the hate is. All the haters are down there looking for every single thing to critique. You can go into Facebook group and post a picture of your setup or a piece of equipment, you will be guaranteed to get somebody telling you about what you should have did or where you should have placed it or why your wire is looking like that or this, that, and the other. And they have so much information for someone that's only saw a picture. You see one picture and suddenly you have insight into what the room looks like, into what the client wanted, what the crowd was like, or what your limitations for your setup. You see that you get all that information from a picture, and you have all this knowledge to convey. I don't think it's coming from a good place. I think it's a lot of jealousy. I think it's a lot of jealousy. I think jealousy is the biggest one. I think DJs get really jealous of other DJs, especially when they see them getting really good opportunities. It's very, very rare that I see a lot of congratulation posts in these DJ groups and forums. And, maybe it's just the ones I go to, but that's what I'm seeing. And it's really discouraging. And I really wish DJs would get over themselves and realize that we're all just trying to play music. Some of us are trying to create music. Some of us are just trying to play it. But either way, regardless of how you do it, you're doing it, and, congratulate them. If it's not messing up your pockets, it's not breaking your clientele or, your work, don't worry about it. Just, if you don't have anything nice to say, just keep it moving. And I'm just seeing an influx of that, especially with this DJs at the polls thing, because so many DJs that are a part of it, they're excited about it. They're posting pictures of it because they're told you have to post pictures. It's part of what we have to do for this campaign. We have to make social media posts. So a lot of us are excited. We're posting. And then right under these posts, you have all these negative comments about, oh, they're going to put you in a faraway place, or they're going to uh, you're not going to get your money. How you get your money? This, that, and the other. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's, at least for you, it doesn't matter if you're not a part of it. Why are you concerned about it? You know, it's not coming from a place of concern. It's not coming from a place of helpfulness. It's coming from you want to be, you want your voice heard now, even though you missed the train of, you know, signing up and being a part of it. Or even with these other groups, you know, when they see somebody's nice DJ furniture. Oh, you don't need DJ furniture. You can get along fine with a 6 foot table and a table scrim. Possibly so. And some gigs I do that. Some gigs I don't pull out the furniture because I don't feel like it or it doesn't really fit in with what I'm doing. But I'm not asking people on the internet opinion for that, you know, and that's why I don't post a lot of my setups in these groups. I post stuff on my own social media pages. So, you know, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll see when I do a gig, you'll see what my setup looks like. And that's about as far as I'm going to post. I'm not going to post in these groups about, you know, amazing DJ setups or rate my setup or horrible DJ setups or any of that stuff. Because no matter what you do, no matter how well, I've seen some amazing setups, and there's still someone talking about, oh, you could have taped down that wire a little bit. And it's not constructive criticism. It's just, you know, taking small shots at DJs that are doing something that you're not doing. And I know that's a side rant. I kind of went off, but I just felt like I had to say it because I've been seeing so much negativity. I wish you DJs would just really be the friends that y'all say y'all are, and not just only when you need a copy of a hard drive or you need some music or you need to borrow equipment. You know, how about when you see a DJ participating in something good or getting, you know, a gig, doing something that's, you know, bettering themselves, you know, showing them a little um, encouragement, congratulations, cheer for them, have their back, be a part of the team. But that's what it is. I don't want to make this too long because my camera, I'm using a GoPro and it likes to overheat and shut down. So anyway, this is where I'm going to be. Hopefully tomorrow I will be DJs at the polls. I'll be spinning. Hopefully, I'm still waiting to get my location. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm on standby. I'm one of the DJs. I'm ready to rock. In fact, that's my setup right there that I'm going to be using. I'm ready. I've tested it all. Generator, the power station works. My Mackie Thump goes always work. You know what I'm saying? I keep them charged up. So watch my social media. You'll see if I am posted up somewhere. Hopefully, I'll go live if I can. But yeah, DJs at the polls. It is definitely a thing. It's happening tomorrow. You will see a lot of it on your social media, and that's what it's all about. But anyway, I'm checking out. I got more videos coming. Hopefully, we can get them put together and edited soon. I've been using DJ Pro exclusively all summer. I've been using my Rev 5 all summer, so I got a lot of stuff to talk about those and even some upcoming events. So hey, just subscribe if you're not a subscriber, like, comment, and let me know. Are you doing DJs at the polls, or where are you going to be at? What's your experience going to be like? Let me know. But until next time, I'll see you on the next side. Peace.